Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo, and I'm a big Nintendo fan. I have been my entire life. That will never, ever, 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 ever go away. Despite my complaints about them from a business perspective, despite my complaints about how they've handled a lot of issues, I still find myself always going back to Nintendo because at the end of the day, they just know how to do a lot of things good. At least, I mean, they have some missteps. Let's be fair. The Wii U was a massive misstep, right? It was a massive, massive misstep that never fully hit the mark and ultimately led to the creation of the Switch, which entirely hit the mark and was the highest selling console over the Black Friday weekend. I think even in 2018, it's been the highest selling console. So Nintendo finally did something that a lot of gamers were really shocked at. I myself, when I caught the news last night before going to bed, was really shocked at this, and that is they are getting rid of their Nintendo Creators Program, saying here we are ending the Nintendo Creators Program to make it easier for content creators to make and monetize videos that contain Nintendo game content. We will no longer ask creators to submit their videos to the NPC or NCP, and creators can continue showing their passion for Nintendo by following Nintendo's guidelines located over here. The NCP will come to a close at the end of December 2018. Please note that we are no longer accepting channels and videos, and we will not review any that have been submitted but not yet registered. The NCP website will be taken down on March 20th, 2019. We appreciate and encourage the continued support of our content creators and thank them for the dedication helping us create smiles. And I think I know exactly why that happened. And that, my friends, has everything to do with this right here. I think the 3.3 million copies that this and Let's Go Eevee sold, all right, as well as the upcoming Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and everything else that Nintendo's done over the course of the past year in regards to the Switch, shows them that they need streamers. What killed the Wii U? Let's be fair. Let's be realistic. Let's be honest with each other. What killed the Wii U? It was the lack of dedicated support from streamers. It was the fact that YouTubers and content creators who love Nintendo, who grew up with Nintendo, have found themselves in a situation that they ultimately despised. When the Nintendo Creators Program came around a couple years ago, it effectively was an MCN for Nintendo, right? Like they went out there and they're like, you can't stream our content or monetize our content without us getting a cut. And they got a cut of the people who decided to actually go down that pathway. A lot of streamers and content creators are just like, man, F you. Like, why? No, I'm not doing this. I'm not paying you money. I bought your product. I bought your stuff. I'm marketing it for you. And that's the way they viewed it. And that's always been up for debate, right? Whether or not a streamer can claim ownership to the type of content that they put out in regards to covering games. It's been a very open debate, and one that I think at this point the general majority of the games industry looks as being like, no, 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 listen, it's free goddamn promotion. We're not trying to take any of that away from us. Why would we? We save a lot of money when people like PewDiePie play one of our games and puts that to the audience. I mean, we could send him a copy. It costs us what, $60, right? MSRP, and then he plays it, goes out to the 70 million people, and we can get some sales off of that. It's worth it to us to let this thing happen and for him to make the advertising money off of it. That is how most game developers handle this kind of situation. That's how most game developers handle putting their game out there. In Nintendo's case, it always felt like this very predatory, kind of really scummy practice, right? The Nintendo Creators Program very much it was stupid. No one I knew ever partook in it, right? No one I knew ever wanted to go down with that. Everyone I knew was like, I'm not even going to touch this. And as a result, they just, as much as they love Nintendo and still kind of bought Nintendo stuff, they just stopped talking about it. In regards to the social space, Nintendo very much needed the streamers. I think one of the key things too was also when Pokemon Go came out, again, going back to Pokemon Go came out, people were out there streaming it on YouTube. They were doing a lot of videos about it. It's a huge moneymaker for Nintendo and Niantic. And I think that was a big thing too, is that they didn't really stop anyone there from what I remember. I haven't heard anyone having to submit Nintendo video or Pokemon Go videos through the NCP. I made some Pokemon Go videos on my vlog channel. I never submitted those to the NCP. But what caught my attention about this was actually a couple weeks ago when I started streaming a little bit of this at night. I was playing it to the audience here on the channel, and I kept the videos unlisted, but they were monetized. I appealed for monetization. It was given monetization. I have the gameplay footage in there. I've got the music in there, and it's been fine. Nintendo never claimed it. Their content ID system never picked up on it and claimed ownership, which is what I was expecting to happen. which to me was very, very, very odd. I didn't say anything about it publicly, but I was watching it every day going, okay, is today the day they're going to drop the hammer on that? And they never did, which completely explains this decision. By getting rid of the NCP and opening it up, more people like myself will feel comfortable streaming from the Switch to YouTube or on Twitch or wherever in order to show you guys what exactly is going on with Nintendo and then give our thoughts and opinions on it without the fear of Nintendo coming down with that particular ban hammer. I feel that the old bodies, right? The boomers out there in Japan land, at Nintendo of Japan, and I really think that Ikawa had something to do with this. I really do. I don't think he didn't have, he didn't sign off on this personally, because sorry, Iwata. I love the dude. I was so sad that he passed away a couple years ago, but let's be fair, he was running the company into the ground, and this was one of the things that was doing it. It wasn't seeing where things were going. There's a new guy in charge of Nintendo now, and I think that new guy realizes where the digital age is, where things are, and where's the best place to market the game and get the game sold. And that, of course, is going to be through online content creation. So when I look at this particular announcement, this brief announcement today, right before the release of Smash Ultimate, they are expecting people to buy it and expecting people to stream it and expecting to make a lot of money off of it as a result. So here's the thing: the Nintendo streaming gold rush is on, right? It is on. With this, we're going to start seeing a whole new marketplace of Switch games and from Nintendo being streamed and talked about and everything else where they probably weren't as much before. And my Switch is already hooked into my computer to stream, so you can look for more of that for me too. Probably over on my Twitch channel, though, not so much here on YouTube. But anyway, what do you guys think about this? Is this a good thing for gamers, a bad thing for gamers? I mean, did it take Nintendo, 5 years to finally right the ship on this one? I mean, better late than never, I guess. But, hey, when you have the highest selling console, you want to make sure you can continue it being the highest selling console. So why not utilize the best possible marketing method you can, which is get other people to talk about it for you for free? I mean, come on. Anyway, leave your thoughts and opinions below. Subscribe if you're new. Thumbs up if you want. I'll talk to you all later. Have yourself a fantastic day, and peace out.